Nice to meet you, Davor, and welcome to the conference.
You also, yeah.
To begin with, I want to ask you to give a bit more info on TSV Fund and what are the main differences between TSV and other funds.
Yeah. The first of all, thank you because you called me to be the part of this event. First, Telecom Serbia TSV basically is the first official venture capital fund in our country, established in according with law of New Alternative Investment Fund. And the other first is that we are the first CVC, Corporate Venture Capital Fund in this part of Europe. The main difference between our venture fund and the rest of the funds here in the Serbia is we are established behind us staying Telekom Serbia, the biggest telco operator in this part of Europe, and basically only what we don't need to do is to chase the money to close our investment strategy.
Well, thank you for these insights. And going back to the startup culture now, why is it important to invest in startups?
I think that basically we are playing historical role today because we are participating in the historical moment of growing a totally new field of business. And that is connected between traditional and the modern, innovative, and that's why this is our chance to catch the trend of fourth industrial revolution.
What benefits may we gain not only as a fund but also as a society in general when you invest in startups?
Basically, the main thing is because here in Serbia, this is our golden chance to our country because the whole Europe is basically on the beginning, and we could catch all of them. And this is the wave of new transformation, and we could give chance to young and prospective people to stay here in our country to develop their own business, which we could offer after that globally, and to put the Serbia on the map of innovators.
Now, failing at startup is something that's often quite common, and something called learning from failure is that you get when you start on this road. Is this something that's missing from our native culture here in Serbia?
Okay, if we are talking about the Serbian mentality, I will start from myself. The better than me. I think that, my answer is yes and no. Basically, the better than me learn from the others. In my case, I'm learning on my own mistakes, and believe me, I'm very well in that business. And I think that is the process. You must fall down after that. When you must stand up and try to go on, and we'll be your supporter, how to say.
Going back to your fund, could you present the team behind it and the knowledge and experience they brought to it?
Yes, when we start to talk about the founding of TS Venture, the main challenge was to find the real people, the right people. And I know a lot of people with the knowledge from the angle of the startups here in Serbia, but it wasn't, how to say, it was easy to find someone who has this background of the venture capitalist with the investor background. And that's the reason why we make a mix of domestic and the people from abroad, international people. And the first person who will be in our team is someone who came from the Israel. Yeah, what the Israel is one of the biggest market and with the biggest ecosystem, with more than 20 years of experience in VCs and in the startups. The second person is our guy here from Serbia with more than 10 years of experience in American VC with very respectable results. And I'm very proud because he chose us to share with us his knowledge, not just with the fund, but whole society. And also the third person is one of our famous name from the blockchain field. and that is like you have Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi in your VC team. Yeah. We just need to close our arrangement. And also we have the advisory board with the third person, three person, all of them are from the business. They come from the business. The first one is coming from the unicorn from the region. The second person is the businessman with more than 15 years of investment strategy in a lot of different business in Serbia and in the world, and definitely his approach is totally different. He knows business better than anyone. And the third is CFO of Telekom Serbia that guarantee us that the money will be on the place when we need.
Thank you. You have quite a good team behind you. And now going from the people to a bit of a future, could you talk a bit about your strategy for the data and AI ecosystem?
We are on the beginning, and basically we need to support all startups in our ecosystem. Definitely, we will give a chance to all good ideas without exclusion from which field of business they are coming. Especially if we find something from the artificial intelligence data or the quantum field that will be good for us. But I think that first we must pass the first step for whole our ecosystem. If we're talking about the artificial intelligence, the tickets for the pre-seed stage phase is more than 1 million in the world, and I think that we still need to prepare ourselves for that phase.
Is there any special approach that you take when looking at startups from this system?
At this moment, our strategy is globally. We will try to find something in pre-seed stage, seed, and maybe some Series A, and we don't make a difference between field of business. Serbia is recognized in the world as a startup country from the blockchain and the gaming industry, and this is some kind of our ID in the world startup ecosystem. But we will still we must work a lot and hard to produce some new good startups from the field, from AI, robotic, or that is connected with movement of the total with the totally movement with the technology, with the telco industry, 5G coverage. That is something what will happen in the next period.
There's been a lot of talk of quantum in the past few months and in this conference as well. So how do you see the potential of quantum and investing in this field?
Definitely we are the part of the Europe. I think that we must follow all the trends in the Europe and in the world, and definitely that is something what is our potential and our future in the next few years.
And to end this interview, what would be your advice for young and aspiring entrepreneurs looking to start their own startups?
First, I think that all of us must have some dreams, how to say, and they must believe in their dreams, and they must never stop to hard working, and chasing for new chances and opportunity. I think that there is one never give up, how to say, and there is one keyword. They must be unique. That is shorter than unicorn, how to say, and all the other things are in our hand as a venture funds and someone who will support them to make their dreams real. Hi everyone, my name is Davor Sakac. I am the CEO of the TS Venture, the first corporate venture capital fund from this part of Europe.